Hi, my name's Clay. I'm going to play a game of Solitaire with a deck of tarot cards. These are the Dragon Tarot. Terry Donaldson designer, Peter Proskowick is the artist. So I always like to show the when I'm looking at a new deck of tarot cards, I always like to look at the Joker because it's where it always begins. Or not the Joker, sorry. The Fool. I like to look at the Fool because the Fool is, well, he's kind of a Joker. He's at the beginning of his journey. He's zero. He's not even a number yet. I'm not a number. I'm not a stranger. Alright, so what I've done with a regular tarot deck is I have removed the 2 through 10 of cups, and these are my life counters. I have 10 hit points. Alright, so I have also removed the 4 knights, wands, coins, swords, and cups, and the 4 queens. And I have placed an 8-sided die. Look at it, it's nice and pink and pretty because it's for the queen. Alright, so now we're going to take a D12, and this is going to represent our rations, food and water. We're going to use rations to recover hit points. And let's see. So the game we're playing is kind of a homebrewed version. What's up, kitty? Is everything okay? All right, she's not talking to me. It's okay. It's okay. So the name of the game is Labyrinth of Lost Souls, created by Matthew Lowe's. He's on the World Wide Web, and he's, do they even say that anymore? I just dated myself, didn't I? And he's on YouTube. I haven't paid the man yet. I certainly plan to. He's got a really nice deck of tarot cards, and I'm into tarot cards. All right. So I chose this tarot deck because it's all slippery and fun to play with, easy to shuffle because of the size. It's not the great big tarot cards. So back to the game. This is the Labyrinth of Lost Souls, and so deep within the shifting walls of the Labyrinth of Lost Souls, an unspeakable evil festered, radiating corruption into the mortal realm. To stem the tide, the Order of the Arcane Veil, devout wielders of the tarot, marched into the labyrinth. Each holy warrior carried a magically bound tarot deck, using its divine imagery to shatter the dark entities lurking in the shadows. Deep within the labyrinth dwells a heretical sect known as the Order of the Hanged Man. These fallen zealots worship the dark, inverted meanings of the cards, twisting the cosmic balance into chaos and discord. These heretics believe that the standard tarot is a prison of false order. By intentionally reversing the cards, they unlock destructive, forbidden magic fueled by the labyrinth's ancient malice. The inverted fool wields absolute recklessness, leading cultists into suicidal ambushes with no fear of death or pain. The reversed magician channels trickery, illusions, and unstable cosmic energy to turn the labyrinth's walls into a constantly shifting interdimensional plane. The inverted lovers creates twisted psychological bonds, forcing captured holy warriors to turn their weapons against their own comrades, the corrupted vanguard. At the center of this heretical order stands the corrupted emperor, once a celebrated paladin of the Holy Order. He was corrupted by the labyrinth's whispers. He now rules the depths, not with righteous structure, but by feeding his followers' egos, eroding their free will, and inducing fear, paranoia, and blind dependency upon the tarot. The balance has been shattered in the labyrinth. It is no longer just a dungeon of mindless monsters. It is now a holy war zone. For every divine card thrown, a dark counterpart is dealt from the shadows, threatening to plunge the entire world into illusion and ever-shifting non-reality. All right, so we're set up here. And what I've got is I am a holy warrior. So I've pulled the Knight cards. I've got a Knight of Wands. His specialty is picking locks. No, not picking locks. Traps. The Knight of Coins what he does is he can disarm a mechanism. The Knight of Swords causes me to go berserk. And the Knight of Cups, I can dodge a blow. Now, the Knight of Cups doesn't have any repercussions, okay? The Knight of Swords, when I go berserk, let's say I'm up against a 7 monster, and I'm about to go berserk. I need to attack him first, all right? And if I can't kill him with the attack, well then if I can kill him, I don't need to play the Berserk card. But if I can't kill him, I need to play the Berserk card on him. So he's a 7, I'm a 4. I go Berserk on him, he's gonna die, okay? But I'm still gonna take that 3 points of damage, all right? So when these guys get played, they get flipped. They stay right where they are. So the Knight of Coins, he can either go berserk or he can disable a mechanism. All right? berserk, or disable a mechanism, a trap. It's a trap. Alright, so if I use my knightly power to disable a trap, it's a nice card, isn't it? Nice and bright. I like it. So if I use my knightly power to disable a trap, I disable the trap, but I have to take the top 3 cards off of my deck and flip them, and if I get anything that goes up here on the Doom track, okay, there's 6 cards that ride up here in the Doom track, okay? We've got torches, and we've got 2 corruption cards. One of them is foul rotting from death. And the other one, he's the devil. And the devil gives you demonic possession. The thing is, there's a story either way. So, if any of these 3 cards are one of those Doom tracks, I play them. But if any one of these 3 cards aren't on the Doom track, they get discarded over here and they're out of the game. Unless I play another card, the which one is it? It is the tower. The tower puts everything back into play. It's wound up over here. And if, again, this feller's 7 and swinging at me with a huge battle axe, and I'm 3, and I'm trying to block with my one-handed sword while I've got my magical tarot in my other hand, I can play the tower, and it's reverso switcho, and all of a sudden I'm 7 and he's 3, and I come down on him with the number 7. Like and comment if you get that. So, anyways, over here we've got the queens, and I've got an 8-sided die, and I've got 4 queens, and it doesn't matter, coins, wands, cups, swords, doesn't matter. The queen grants you divine favor. Not this time, because it's an odd. Had it been an even, bingo, bango, bongo, the queen grants you a divine favor and the encounter is over with. So, this is not a stacked deck. Did we talk about rations? Start out with 12 rations. Need to take a break. Heal up some hit points. That took 2 rations for 1 hit point. Again, 2 rations for 1 more hit point. That's it. That's all you can do. 2 hit points one rest period, that's it. Alright, so alright. So anything other than a 2, you don't use a ration, and you just take a break and get that hit point back. So we're going to keep count of that, because we got 12 rations, because I've got a well-stocked backpack, because I'm just getting into this adventuring thing. So, moving right along, bum, 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 bum. Alright, and I've got first card out the chute, stepping into the labyrinth of malice. Everything's shifting interdimensionally around me right now. I get my bearings. I look around, blink a few times. What the fuck is that smell? Ace of coins. Whatever that smell is, I think I'm gonna throw up. And I drop my torch. And it rolls over into a puddle of water. And now it's soaked and unusable. I only have 3 torches left. First room. That's bad mojo. Maybe I should have meditated over these tarot cards before I started playing. May not help, but it sure won't hurt. Alright. We're still in the first room. I'm retching over in the corner. All of a sudden, there's a golden glow. I look over. It's definitely a golden glow. This doesn't look like an illusion. I'm gonna have to investigate this. Another torch goes out. Some bad mojo in this room. Got 2 torches left. This might be a short adventure. I get my torch lit just in time. To see a knight approaching me rapidly. His sword held high above his head, ready to bring it down in a crushing blow. I see in the direction that he's coming from a man tied up, wearing robes of some sort. He's got the same iconography on his chest that I do. Beside him is a man in armor. He seems to be enthralled. He's not tied up at all. He's actually still wearing his sword. He's just standing there, not moving, muttering something. I can't hear it because I've got a knight coming at me trying to crush my skull. I exhort my faith and charge at the knight, swinging my sword. He hits me pretty hard. I don't do any damage to him, but he does a point of damage to me. So, this is it's not a good start. So I've got 5, and he's swinging for 6. So I'm going to switch to the Benetti defense and more effectively block and take no damage. Tower. So he's 6 and I'm 5. Now he is 5 and I am 6. So the encounter is over with. I walk over to the blow. And I can see a golden gem. It's not flickering. It's throbbing with light and heat. But not enough to burn you. Quite pleasant, actually. I go over and I untie the cleric. He introduces himself. Says, "Hi, I'm Eric." The fighter, he's still standing there, just muttering to himself. Cognitive rebalancing. He wakes up. What the hell? Get over there. Now, I have a cleric and a fighter. So my fighter gives me +1 to attacks, and my cleric takes away 1 point of damage. These guys only have 2 points of damage, though. 2 hit points, that is, sorry. So I used my +1. This gets flipped. Turn 1. A lot happened. I have quite possibly found a heavenly gem. What I'm going to do to figure out if it's a heavenly gem is I'm going to take this other set and I'm going to cut it. And if it happens to come up with the sun, the moon, and the star, all of the heavenly gems, then this becomes a heavenly gem. And it's a treasure beyond value. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I certainly can't sell it. But if it's just a regular glowy gem, then it's worth 10 gold. All right, next turn. Walking down the hallway. Just left the previous room that we're in. And we spy a trap. And we step around the trap and move on down the hall. Page of coins. So he's my thief of traps. So I walk into the room. And I'm enchanted by a lovely woman. Long, curly red hair, green eyes, freckles, and oh man, what she's wearing. And carrying. It's the stuff of dreams, guys. Jeans and a t-shirt. She's got an icy mug of beer in one hand and a plate of chicken wings in the other. I'm falling for her, guys. to do. Since I'm losing, this encounter, I'm going to call on the Queen of Light for a divine favor. Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. And it's an even. Whoop-a. Alright. So now, Queen of Coins is out of play. I don't want to have to sort or anything like that. So I'm going to set it like this and stick it underneath the other three. These guys get turned over. That's turn 3. And as soon as the divine favor is pulled on the succubus, she's exposed for exactly what she is, a scaly, green monster. She's the worst kind of monster. She pretends to love you and then does everything she can to hurt you. Those folks, they're terrified of being exposed. And she fled down the corridor in the opposite direction. And as she does, the thief comes to your side, eternally grateful. He's not a member of the order. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Right. The Empress. So, she's twisted and warped, just like the Emperor is, the reversed Emperor. She's just married to the guy. She's swinging for 3. Probably got a poison dagger. Something like that. I whip out my sword. I don't even need to. But I give it a swing with everything I got. Because that last one, she pissed me off. And you know, it's unfortunate that sometimes the person after the person that pisses me off really gets what the person that pissed me off should have gotten. So, I knock the crap out of this poison dagger wielding empress and send her back packing. All right. I'm doing really good here. All right. I didn't even have to invoke any powers here. I haven't lost any hit points. I may have a heavenly jewel. Who knows? We're 4 deep in this dungeon, both in levels and in me and the companions. The High Priestess. You know, this one, she just comes out exhorting. Please, peace, peace. We only want peace. And as she's approaching, out comes the crysknife over her head. She's moving a lot faster now. But I call upon the Emperor. And I strike. I only do 4 points of damage, but it's enough. And that one is over with. Moving down the hallway, past the crumpled remains of the High Priestess. There's an ethereal glow from the end of the hallway. It's beautiful. It's white light. Looks like the full moon. As I continue down the hallway, out of the room, steps another knight. Charging very fast at me. My fighter steps in. Blocks his blow. So I take no damage. And hit him with my sword. And he goes down in a crumpled, armored heap. I walk into the room. And on a plinth in its center. Lies a palantir, just like Tolkien wrote about, except it's glowing like a new moon. I hurry over, stick it in my sack. Oh my goodness, there's a flickering in the other room. Just right there. I'm excited. I head in that direction. A leather-clad fighter. I really feel sorry for the guy. I think it's a dirk. I think that's what they call those. It's not a dagger. Definitely not a short sword. Well, let's see what happens. So take a ride, on heavy metal. It's the only way that you can travel down that road. Alright. So now we are 7 rooms in. The madness of the labyrinth is starting to take its toll. I mean, we're still strong. But the attacks are around every corner. It's a trap. Now, do I notice it? Do I blunder into it? So I've got a page of coins. I don't know what this card is, but playing this, I mean, this is like, I've played a few practice games, but this is the first one I've actually taped, and I have an intention to post. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to grab my other 8-sided die that I have sitting here. And let's see, it's a 9 of Wands. So if I use a D20, I think there's a better than 50-50 chance that it's going to detect the trap. 50-50 is good with me. Okay? So now I am not employing this guy to open a trap. Actually, you know what? This isn't a trap. This is a locked door. Yeah, that's right. Silly me. I've been up for too long. Not enough and too much coffee at the exact same time. So anyways, this is a locked door. This is a big bad locked door, actually. It's got steel banding across the door. The frame is steel. This is gonna take a situation. So what we're gonna do is we're now going to this guy's good with traps. He's not good with locked doors. So all right, we got to move on. So I'm going to use my knightly power of picking a lock. Okay. So the lock has now been picked. Ending this encounter, and I draw 1, 2, 3 again, and play any doom. And I've got the 3 of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Magician. That is unfortunate, because this is just a throwaway locked door. But the Page of Wands is my other thief of doors. And the Magician is my magic user. I was hoping to rescue those guys. Take them home. See if they want to meet Mom. Stay away from my sister, though. So that's over with, and confusion grows. The maze is really, the labyrinth is really getting to me. I'm 8 rooms in. This indecision's bugging me. This indecision may molest me. If you don't want me, let me be. I don't know, should I stay or should I go? It's the question of the day. Let's move these guys a little closer while I think about it. Alright. While I'm strong, and still in a pretty good position, I think that at this point I'm going to make a little more room over here because I gotta put these feathers right here. This guy can last. Okay, any insta-kill happens to the furthest left companion. I'm gonna have to do something else about rations because I'm 8 rooms in, and honestly, I just treated this labyrinth like it was the size of a haunted house in a high school gymnasium. I just rolled right on through it. Now I'm going to turn around and head back into another dimensionally challenged direction. So I got to figure out something else to do. With my rations. Now, if I consumed 1 ration per room, I would still have 4 rations. Which would mean that before I got back out again, I'd be out of food. And then I would start taking 1 damage every turn, I think. That seems fair. Alright, so now we are heading back in the other direction. And another one of these knights steps in front of us. This guy's fully armored, just like the other guy. No imagination. Comes lumbering at me. Sword held high. Bring it down on a crushing blow on top of my head. As I move to block, I already used this guy, didn't I? Yeah. I think I already used that guy. Or that. Yeah. No. He doesn't get turned. Neither does he. These guys don't get turned. They take damage and get tapped, so to speak. But they don't get turned over. They can perform every turn. So, the Corrupted Knight is swinging at me for 7. I'm swinging for 4. My Page of Swords is swinging for 1. So 5 against 7. All right, so I can either take 2 points of damage out of my 10, which seems to be the easiest solution. Just let him whack me. Alright? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let him whack me for 2 points of damage. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so he swings again. I can't use my Page of Swords. He's already been used. As the knight swings at me again, I feel, hi Venus, how's it going, baby? How you doing? Sweet. Venus is an old girl. This was her home before it was mine. She sits wherever the fuck she wants. All right. Perfect timing though, Venus. As this 8-foot-tall knight swings at me with his great huge sword, I feel a fear come over me. I think I'm gonna die. This goes up here on the doom track. I'm now possessed. Alright. Well, it's the night the lights went out in Georgia. And the overwhelming fear that I was feeling before, as the darkness closes around me, I can hear the night moving towards me again. I hold my sword up, but it's all in vain. I hear the swish, and then there's nothing else. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? That was my third torch. I've got another torch left. I'm sorry about a monologue there, guys. You know, I was totally freaking with it. Fished in and everything. This represents the chaos and discord that the labyrinth actually is. The walls are twisting and turning with illusions. And what the fuck is that smell? So that's it, folks. As the lifeblood ebbs from me, my companions, all three, have died as well. All right, good game. Gonna have to figure out what to do about the rations. A chance more often. Maybe I need to spread things out a little bit. You know, this shouldn't be, you know, just footsteps into the labyrinth. And this shouldn't be around the corner. So, really, it's picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer. But I think that was a really good game. But I lost. I died of death. That there feller left a permanent part to my head. Alright, well, folks, you could have watched anything else. I know there's a lot of choices out there. Thank you so much for watching me. I really appreciate it. I'll work on my language, so if you got kids that want to listen, that's cool too. I like to tell kids stories. I have 4 of my own. So these are the games that I like here. Life, of course, greatest game there ever was. Life, you know, doesn't matter what you're talking about, what you're doing, kicking back, drinking coffee, having a tea, talking about life while you're playing life is the bee's knees. So Millie Bourne. My Uncle Ned taught me Millie Bourne when I was like 10, I think. Something like that. Catan, another favorite. One of the world's most popular games. Basic rules. Easy to learn. Taught my 8-year-old. Ticket to Ride. A little bit more complicated, but not by much. This, you're making railroad routes around the United States. Fun, fun, fun. All right. Keep on the lookout for another one. Thank you for watching. Check out Matthew Lowe's on his YouTube page. That's Lowes. Matthew spelled just like Atthew with an M. Look him up, check him out. You like the game? There's the basic rule set there on his site. Come back for more silliness. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe.